Hello and welcome. Today we will be making a little shark. First things first, let us free the fabric. Be gone with you, Hobby Lobby label. On a slightly more serious note, you're going to want to outline your pattern. I made mine by hand, and you can do the same if you want, however, you can also find some online. And now that I've finished outlining all my pieces, I have to do my least favorite part, which is cutting. I simply dislike it. It's annoying and takes forever. And it probably doesn't help that these scissors are not sewing scissors. All the snippies. Now of course we can't forget his little tummy. So I'm going to repeat the process for my one white piece. While I'm snipping away, I would like to apologize for not posting during December. I was very busy during the first part of the month and ill during the rest of the month. Yay. Now that all my pieces are cut, I can move on to pinning. I prefer the clippy kind of pins. I don't really know what they're actually called. Also, don't forget to line up your darts to know where your fin goes. On to sewing. I am hand sewing this one because the last time I tried to make a shark on my sewing machine, it was very difficult because the material kept sliding around. Also, hand sewing is just more accessible to other people who don't have sewing machines. Now, I have no idea which stitch I'm using, but I do know it holds really well and gives me nice clean lines for my seams. Honestly, I really could just go look it up. So I didn't exactly look it up, but I did watch someone else sew. I believe this stitch is a whip stitch. Don't quote me on that though, I could be wrong. Now that the fins are sewn together, we get to do more pinning. To start out, you only want to pin the top half, since the bottom half will be pinned to the belly. Now that we've made most of the way around, we're going to line up the belly using the feet as a guideline. Alright, now that you're done pinning, we can go right back to sewing. Whee! You're going to use the same stitch all the way around. And this is where I realized I completely forgot to add his eyes, but it was okay because I hadn't gotten too far and I could still add them in. It would just be slightly more difficult. Putting these eyes on is actually really easy. All you're gonna do is make a hole in the fabric and snap it on. And now you're just gonna repeat that on the other side. Once that fiasco is over, you really should put the eyes on before sewing everything. I can finally go back to sewing. While we are sewing, allow me to tell you a little story about this shark. His name is Dylan. He is about as derpy and empty-brained as you can get. He is very sweet though, he cares about his friends deeply. His favorite snack is goldfish crackers, and he prefers to wear a bow tie, but he is constantly losing it and can never find it. Dylan, more often than not, is quiet and doesn't speak much. He only has a blank stare, but once you get close to him, you get to see his smile. I've learned as of recently that this step is quite important. What you want to do is turn the fin inside out. This is mostly for aesthetic and smoothness. The next step is to stuff the fin to your heart's desire. You can make it loosely stuffed or tightly stuffed, however you feel is right. When you feel that your fin is stuffed enough, you're going to line up your darts again and pin that same spot. While sewing on the tummy, don't forget to leave an opening to put stuffing in. Now is for my favorite part, in my personal opinion, the most satisfying part. You get to turn your little guy inside out. Now it's time for stuffing. I like to make my sharks extra chunky by putting more stuffing in, but you can put as much as you want. When you have decided that your shark is stuffed enough, you can sew up that hole that you left. Since the material I'm using is fluffy, it's really easy to hide the stitches on the sides. With the final stitch, knot, and snip, your shark is done.